I am in the midst of suffering a radical calamity. There's so many have snapped off. I'm so sad. It's just the wool. The hair's still there. It's just the wool isn't the right wool. It's too soft. I think it's the ones with the pink wool have been all the snappers. So I say, don't you got bloody pink wool on my hair? But I think I've got I think I've lost about 14 or 15. This is really annoying. I've only been in about a fucking week. And the others are like banging. Anyway, so glad that's tomorrow. I was actually discussing that tonight with one of the dudes at the gym that I chat to, the Cosmic Fellow. Actually, we ban ourselves from speaking to each other. Like if he's got a client coming in, or if I'm in the middle of training, because usually I end up warming down when I chat to him. But I was talking to him about like what I said when I first got these done. It's like a bit of me's been missing, and it is. It's that important to me. It's like this is me, and it needs to be outside me. And there's all of these bits of me aren't here at the moment, and they need to be. And that is just like that's as weird as it fucking sounds to you. I don't care because it's true. It's true. But oh, it's lovely. People are really like getting it. Loads of people are just getting it. It's lush. I saw my little friend at the gym with the green bracelet, the other one, and she was like, "We've got the green one." I said, "I know, I got it last night." She went, "Oh," she was disappointed. I could tell, and I just went, "You wanted to present me with it, didn't you?" And she just went, "I know how excited you were." And I said, "I know, that's why I'm being really fucking excited now because I want you to see it. And I don't care who knows it." It's just such a yes. I love that shit. I talked to her when I came out, and she'd stashed one. She said, "Look, I put one behind the box for you." Like, bless your magically, adorably gorgeous little heart. Seriously, I did tell her she brightened my day a few times, and she took it the right way. I said, I want to give you that warm, fuzzy, yummy feeling that I get when people say it to me. I want you to just feel really fucking happy about being you. That one there, the one that you are. You're the one that makes me happy when I walk in, and I want you to feel good about that. Because I do. Because she does totally get a lot of shit about me, and she adores it. She does said she loves the clown. She told me herself, I was referring to the schizotype. She just went, "I love it." I love it. And she's genuinely so fucking happy about it. And it's like, you know, people like that are rare on the ground. But you know what I mean? A lot of people get it and like it and stuff, but she genuinely fucking loves it. And I love that. Who fucking wouldn't? But I wanted her to feel happy about being her because I bet you in so many cases her dearly sweet, gentle little heart has just been kicked around and ridiculed and stepped on and do you know what I mean? And we need to stop treating those souls like that. They are my favourite humans. They're the best type of humans, even if they can be all gooey like I am. It doesn't matter. They're the best humans. Stop being horrible to them, you fucking bastards, because you all turn to them when you're in the shit. Don't you? Don't you? Yes, you do. You do. So, like I said, celebrate people. Celebrate people I think it was last year, maybe even the year before, was one of my New Year's resolutions. And it still is. It still is. It's that energy of just adoring parts of people and loving it genuinely and telling them about it and giving them that good feeling, something that they've made, something that they do, something that they say, something about them that's them. And fucking put it up on a pedestal and sing about it. Because fuck me, she does to me. She's like my number one fan. And I don't mean that horribly. I told her she was in my videos and she was very flattered. She was like, "Am I?" She was quite excited about it. So I hope she watches this one and knows what a fucking amazing little soul she is. I think I have decided I'm going to do evening gymnasiums. It's I don't know why I've not considered it. I was remembering like how I was when I trained before, and I think I was predominantly a nighttime trainer. I mean, if you want to know the optimum time of day to train, regardless of any other personal uniquenesses, differences, needs, or whatever, mid afternoon, mate, because everything's all your blood sugars at the perfectly right level. You're far enough before you need to sleep, and you're far enough after you've slept, and your energy levels should be just right for training. So yeah, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I do quite often train like that. And you do get sometimes you lift a bit better. And they say not to train at night because it keeps you awake. It's like, well, nothing that keeps me awake has never really kept me awake. You know what I mean? If I stay awake on my own. Some nights I made a video about it, didn't I? Some nights I get to about 2, 3 o'clock and I think sleep is not going to happen. My body doesn't want to sleep. Quite often I'll just miss a night's sleep just because. Or I'll sleep like sort of 4 till about 8:30, 9. I love that. I think, yeah, it's not much sleep. It's like, it seems to be perfect. Even when you wake up, it's like early enough that there's still a bit of morning if you get going and get out there. But late enough that it's not like, fucking hell, or whatever. I know the summer's coming soon. I love how I sleep in the summer. I survive on like 3 hours a night sometimes, and it can go for weeks. Summer 2018, yeah, when I was living in Daisy. It might have been to do with the fact that there was a fucking seagull that used to wake me up every morning. The fucking bastard. He used to come and nick your cat food, didn't he? Do you remember him? He used to scare both my cats. He was a fucking little bastard. Nicking food off my babies. I used to go out and fucking have a go at him. So it might have been something to do with him because he would walk on the roof of Daisy. But also it's just a bit awake and it's light and there's just something about that summer atmosphere. Something about the smell in the air. That's why I loved living there. I didn't want to live in the flat for a lot of reasons, but I love living there. You could always, when the wind blew, you could always just feel the gentle breeze. But then I had that little baby radiator like that up in my cabin, and I had a 3-season sleeping bag and this like dolphin blanket underneath it, and I was always just it was warm as fuck in there. Once I was in bed, I was always warm as fuck in there. It was brilliant. But I loved how when there was a storm and the wind had come through, you'd feel it. And some people would say cold. It's like, no, it's just in the elements, man. In the elements. I love it. I love camping. I love caravanning, living, all that shit. But I loved the sleep because it's just, you had so much time to do everything. You do whatever you fucking wanted. I'd be up just fucking pottering about, making things, fucking cutting stuff out to stick on the wall, and fucking just all sorts of arty crafty shit I was doing in there. And I'd be doing that all through the night. And normally it's say 2 to 3, I'll be like, yeah, I'm not going to sleep. And then it's 4, 4:15, I think, hopefully I might do. And then I'll wake again at 6:15 sometimes. Well, sometimes I'd be up at 4:30, just sleep at midnight and be up at 4:30. I love it. I love that. The weather needs to be like that all the time. I've wasted enough of my fucking life trying to get well. So much of it's passed me by. In my 20s, I was just drunk for all of it. I did so many things I could have done and I didn't. I spent my 30s trying to make up for fucking lost time and then getting more and more gradually fucking bewildered. And then, basically, then I went to uni. It was pretty much uni. Maybe, yeah, pretty much going to uni. After the first term or so at uni, everything went fucking shit and got shitter and got shitter and got shitter and got harder and got harder. And then I had my, let's call it a nervous breakdown, shall we? That'll do. A fucking total reformation of my whole entire fucking understanding of the planet, the world, and everything fucking around me, and all sorts of shit. Which is why I'm here making videos about it. But yeah, there's just so much in that last 3 years. I just think, fucking hell, I've always been trying to pick myself up, and I've always been just on that fucking edge. It's like I'm underwater. Can't quite fucking, And it's horrible. It's this is the sort of thing that everyone say, oh, so what? So it's in the past. Like, fuck off with that shit. People need to know that they're being fucking acknowledged for how they fucking feel. Stop jumping to the fucking conclusion, you morons. If that is your extent of helping someone with mental health issues, do fuck off and just carry on being ignorant and stick your head up your ass. But don't you dare share mental health awareness posts and then speak to people like that, is my point. Learn. Learn, you idiots. None of you lot that are watching, though, that's the thing. I'm probably never speaking to anyone that's actually fucking watching these. The people who do need to fucking change and learn and adapt and whatever. But, I am here to change the world. I said I would. Just going to have to fucking prove it again. I do everything that I say I do, pretty much. So if changing the world is what needs doing, then well fucking hell. Maybe I'll change the world after I'm dead. And then they'll find all these videos archived and they'll go, oh my God, he was the wise sage. We should have listened to him. And it'll be after I've just fucking given up on you all. No, no. What was nice, that's just popped into my head this morning, was like what I said. I've got some very correct and strong opinions. Not opinions, knowledge on suicide. But I tend to not talk about it too much because I know that a lot of people have different opinions and different experiences. But in my head, there is a fucking fundamentally massive difference between not wanting to be alive anymore and wanting to kill yourself. Definitely. And, you know, I was able to say that this morning when I was talking to my sport. I said it to the student actually, and she just totally got it. You could see, you know, I do read people's eyes a lot of the time, and I can get very correct with how I can read people. And it's nice to have the space to be able to say that. You know, a lot of people, if you say that, ooh, and then when you get that reaction, that's the sort of thing that makes you not want to open up. Or you get someone shouting at you because they've got a bad experience of suicide, and, you know, don't you dare, and blah, blah, blah. And I know there's a lot of understandable tension around the subject. So that is one of the things that, you know, I say things like I wanted to reach for the off button and stuff like that, but, you know, I do say it very fucking differently at times. But I've kept that off of here because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to enrage anyone, and I don't want to hurt people. And, you know, no one needs to. I know I'm not a suicide risk because I know what to look for. I haven't got a plan. And that sense of hope they talk about, do you think there's hope? And it's like, no, actually. With the way things are, if I stay like this and don't change, I just practically can't see anything getting better for me, you know, and being in a stage where I can be comfortable in the world and have close people, loved ones around me that I share my life with. No, at the moment, no. I've been trying and I can't get close to people. That's just my grim reality, mate. That's just what it is. I'm scared of getting close to people, and then, you know, being scared of getting close to people makes you instantly the sort of like dithery kind of da-da-da-da. It's like, no, you know, get to know me a bit fucking better, fool. I'm not like that. You see me when I'm like the bitch or the lover, but, you know, it is fucking hard. But I know that that's not a sense of hopelessness as such. It's more just practical. Thing. I'll come off it. Fucking come off it. Who'd fucking marry this shit? Seriously, with the fucking amount of shit that I have to talk about on here. Can you imagine going out with that? 4 or 5 videos a day sometimes of all of this fucking nonsense. You know what I mean? But there's not that kind of so, you know, when hopelessness becomes a sort of despairing hopelessness, and that's one of the signs that they look out for. Having a plan. I definitely haven't got a plan. I'd be shitting my fucking pants. So therefore there's not a strong enough will to do it. So I know I'm not at risk of suicide, which is why I can safely say I want to, or whatever, I can say it more graphically when I feel like that. You know, in April, it was that night in April where I was hugging my knees and bawling my eyes out in bed. Was it? No, it was February. It was February. I think I wrote the post in April. I keep referring to it as April. I don't know why. Might have been March. But it was February when I was going to go out, and then I didn't. I just couldn't face it. And that's when I just broke down. And that's what started it all. And it was a really fucking horrible night. And I literally wanted to. But then it was as I started to think about, are you serious? Are you actually going to fucking do it then? So what are you going to do? That's what I said to myself. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? And I just didn't want to think about that. And you think, there you go then. There's your fucking self-preservation. You don't want to die, do you? You don't want to. You almost tested yourself there. But yeah, there is. Do you know what I've done? Is I've gone and done it. I should have said, I'm going to put it in one of my videos. But basically, anything to do with suicide, ring the fucking crisis team. Do not fuck about with it. If anyone you know is threatening it, don't judge that they're looking for attention or whatever. Vote your fucking self quite legally and quite morally out of the situation, because anyone's choice to do that is fundamentally their choice. It's no one makes them do it. They choose it for whatever their reasons are. And if someone's asking you for help with that and saying they're considering it, I am not qualified to help you. I'm sorry. Phone this number. Please fucking phone this number and give them the crisis team number. I should have put it on I should be holding it up here and saying it. But definitely do that. For anyone who doesn't know, that is what, and legally, because, you know, things like that can get messy afterwards. You know, if someone did kill themselves and you were the last person they spoke to, that kind of shit. So, you know, there've been situations where things can get messy. Give them that information. That is the right thing to do. You can stand up in court and say that's what you do, because you're not qualified to fucking help them. You need very specialist training, and they know the signs when they're speaking to the people. They are the people to deal with. If you love your friend, beg them, give them the number, just beg them, say, I can't do this. I'm going to make it worse, because what you're doing is what they call giving it back to them, showing them that it is their choice. Because there could be any one of a number of reasons why someone is telling you that they want to. Some people can be manipulative with it. You hear stories, don't you, of people being dramatic with it and not saying it when they don't mean it and stuff. So that is what you always just keep in mind. You're not qualified to help someone who's doing that as much as you might want to. The best and the kindest thing you can do for them is to urge them, just please, before you do it, just ring that number. Just please ring that number. Because I tell you what, if you ring the number, of course his team won't talk to you about it. They might talk to you and they might keep you on the phone and say, is he there with you now? Is she there with you now? But the point is, they will only talk to them, and it's only if that person comes to them about it. So there you go. I've started out talking about my green bracelets, and now I'm talking about suicide. But I know I've mentioned it a few times, and I know that there are a lot of opinions on it. And I didn't want to come down too hard and seem too over opinionated in any direction, because it's a vast subject, basically. But there you go. That's what to do if anyone is talking about it. Just get them to the local crisis team, find the number, put it in your phone, and give it to them. And I better end this because it's probably my longest one ever. It is 17 minutes. I think that's my first ever 17-minute.